is a short abbreviation of the Global Ecovillage network, and it started in the 90s as an organization to support the setup of projects that really want to walk their talk in the area of sustainability, where people want to get together to live sustainably in all areas of life. So in the beginning, the idea was that people would create special places like islands where they could try out different ways, integrating knowledge from the past, envisioning a future where humans live in harmony with nature and with each other again, and really practice in the now and in the here together with other people how they can do that. So also very experimental places. And through the years, GEN has really broadened, because we found that in different countries, in different settings, in different contexts, people have so many different approaches to this question. You know, some people start from the ecological part, some people start more from the social piecework part, some people start thinking that we need an economy that is regional. So there's many different entrances, and also the projects that come out of it look very, very different. And also through the years we've come to less and less think that we want to create more and more islands, and what is happening at the moment is that the idea that it is more about now sharing the experience of all the years that we've had so far, and sharing the principles of what we've found with mainstream society. So in another way you can say GEN is a very broad network of grassroots organizations, of people wanting to change reality to a more sustainable reality, and a network that wants to exchange the experiences, the best practices, and reach out to share this with the broader public. We are a global organization, the Global Ecovillage Network, but we are divided into 3 regions at the moment, which is GENOA. It's GEN Oceania and Asia, including Australia, New Zealand. Then GEN Europe, which includes Australia right down to Portugal, and even Israel and the Middle East. And GEN Americas, which is North and South Americas. So these are the 3 big regions, and part at the moment GEN Europe is also still looking after the emergence of GEN Africa, because GEN Africa does not really exist yet. And within GEN Europe, the members are many different sized intentional communities, co-housing projects, networks of communities of all different kinds of sizes in very different settings. And it's incredible to see how different the expression is of sustainable living also in different cultures, and also the age of the communities. We have some older communities that have been existing for 40 years maybe, some younger ones who've been existing since 10 years. So there's large variance in the different members. The oldest and most well-known ones in Europe are probably Findhorn, the Findhorn community in North Scotland, which was started around 40 years ago, from a, I would call it a spiritual root, which was that human beings started in North Scotland on very sandy grounds to communicate with nature spirits and to create a place of fullness and bounty together with nature, so that they grew the largest vegetables and fruit in the whole area around, and by that they got a lot of public attention. But from this seed a lot more has grown. You know, Findhorn has grown and grown over 40 years. They have given a lot of courses in different aspects of sustainability, and they've started working, also going out into the world, working together with the United Nations, and actually in the meantime they have become a United Nations center, training center, an official United Nations training center for issues around sustainability. Also around them, this is what happens with all of the bigger eco-villages, is that they start changing the whole region around them as time goes on, through the courses, through people moving there that are interested. And now Finland has started working very closely with the local authorities, and the Scottish region is one of the first regions in Europe that has said, we as a region, we want to become sustainable. So we have our annual meeting every year in the summertime, where we visit one of our members to, one thing, to all come together. Because, like I said, within the Ecovillage movement, there's such a beautiful diversity. We have the same intention of creating a peaceful way of living, and we express it in so many different ways. So we want to exchange and see the beauty of all these different ways, and it's very empowering to all of us to see that we are not alone, because many of us do it in a place where around them people live differently, and sometimes we feel isolated. But to feel this connection over the whole of Europe, that in every country there are so many projects, and not only over Europe but also to the rest of the world. So what we found in the last 2 years, and I can speak for Seam Linen, it has erupted even more in the last year, is that the public interest is rising very quickly. Because now the edge of mainstream is looking for true sustainability. There is no separation anymore. If we want to become sustainable, it means that every village needs to become an eco-village. Every city needs to become an eco-city. So really, the eco-villages have a lot of good experiences that we can offer, and at the same time we are simply asking the same questions as everybody. And I think it's very important that we ask these questions together. So next priorities are reaching out more to mainstream, collaborating in a much deeper way with politicians, reaching out more to urban environments. There are already a lot of eco projects and neighborhood projects in cities. There is the transition town movement that is starting to spread like anything, also with an initiative here in Finland that is very important. On a very concrete level, there's the United Nations meeting in Copenhagen in December, where all the nations of the world will come together to decide on what measures they will take to meet the climate change problematic. Jen will have official people within the conference, because we're an official NGO that is partnering with the United Nations, so we will have people within the United Nations conference, but also we will have a lot of actions happening around the conference in the streets, again showing images of sustainable living that's actually happening, also inviting people from the whole network, from Africa, from South America, from India, to come to Copenhagen and show what we are doing there.